Okay, so, like he said, my name is Leah, and every time I introduce myself, even introducing myself here, I'm compared to a late 70s princess warrior called Princess Leia. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It probably wouldn't bother you either, but if your name is Harry, you don't right away get associated with a short British wizard. Well, I actually decided to watch the last 3 Harry Potters. I decided I had a moral obligation since my name doppelganger only came in the last 3. I'd already watched the first ones, basically to the point that Natalie Portman leaves. But I've got to say, it didn't make any sense. First of all, there's this large ape man called Chewbacca who keeps on talking like these weird grunting sounds, and everybody else is like, oh yeah, Chewbacca, that makes sense. What I'd like to know is what he's really saying. Am I right? Well, then, after the large ape's partner gets captured by a living blob called Jabba the Hutt. I mean, first of all, what kind of a name is that? What were his parents thinking? Mr. and Mrs. the Hutt, what would you like to name your child? Bob! No, Pete! I've got it, Jabba! Jabba the Hutt! He attempts to launch them into this large pit called the Sarlacc pit. What was he thinking there, too? Well, I'm just standing here at the edge of a 60-meter drop into a large tentacle pit with nothing to secure me and 3 of my sworn enemies behind me. But nothing could go wrong. Nothing at all. It's really obvious what's going to happen there, isn't it? Well, basically the whole movie progresses like that. Another thing is, in all the movies, the stormtroopers have terrible aim. I mean, it's just logic. If you can afford starships, you can afford a decent coach or at least a few pairs of glasses. I actually read an article about Star Wars in the car, and I couldn't concentrate much because the car was moving and in traffic. It made me nauseous. I mean, I really hate driving, especially with my parents. First of all, my mom drives like way too politely, especially when she's parking. She's just like, oh yeah, dear, you can have the parking spot. It's only the last one till Vietnam. And then when she finally does find a parking spot, she just can't get in. It's like, I mean, it's always fun when you find a free car parking spot, but eventually the parking lot just wins. You win 10 feet long parking spot? Well, I mean, the article was about, apparently there's going to be a 7th Star Wars movie. It's going to be made by Disney, though. What's that going to be like? Oh, just found out that the masked psychopath trying to lure me to the dark side is my father. Let's sing a song about it. It not be that bad. Use the force, could the song get any worse? Well, my kids do terrible. Alright, well, thank you for listening.